as most of you guys know, my name is Allie. My boyfriend over there is named Joey, and I just moved to Ohio from Oregon. What you might be able to see right there is my red truck. I've had that truck since I was 19. We're putting a 12-inch lift on it with some 2616 Archon forged. I want to take you guys along with us for the entire process, or try my best to. This is how the truck is currently sitting. We have not done a single thing to it since we got it here from Oregon, but it's officially time to start tearing this truck apart, and I am so excited to take you guys along with us throughout the entire process. Unfortunately, my phone decided to die in the middle of taking videos, but this is where we're gonna leave off for the day. As you can see, I have off my hood over there. We took off some other front end parts. We're just taking off mainly the parts that have to go to powder here soon. We're about to head home, make some dinner because we are both so cold. We are actually going to be selling the plastic bed liner out of my truck and trading it with someone for one of the carpeted ones. Now, I've had this in the truck since I originally bought it. We are likely going to be selling the toolbox as well, unless we want to put it in the dually. Taking out this bed liner was a little bit easier than I expected. Luckily, Joey has done many of these, but you can see underneath all of the dirt and rocks and everything that was underneath the bed liner I had honestly no idea about. A pro tip, if you're having people install rock lights for you, make sure they don't go through your bed. Yeah, the truck so far.
I don't know how it's still on the road. It's scaring me.
It will be much better the next time it actually does drive. Likely gonna add a spray and bed liner underneath the carpet as well, which is something we're gonna do ourselves, which will be really cool to learn for my first time. I was lucky enough to find this brand new cowl hood on Marketplace, so snatched that up for cheap, and here's installing it. I have always really wanted one of these for the truck, so super excited to finally have one. We're spending another day taking everything apart, and looks like my wheel bearings are already going out, even though I just replaced them like a year ago.
It's right here.
We just spent the last 3 hours, I think, working on the truck, and we got done a lot more than I was expecting. I work pretty slowly because I'm still learning, but you know, Joey is a heavy diesel mechanic, and so he knows all of this stuff. So we got done taking apart the front end, the rear, we took off my bumper. What else?
Leaf springs out. Pretty much the entire front end's ready for powder. And now we're just getting a couple odds and ends done. And then, yeah.
There's a couple things we figured out about the truck I will show you guys once we get back, but overall I'm very happy with what we've done today. This is where we're ending for today. You can also see my exhaust in the back of Joey's truck. We have pretty much all of the suspension tore apart. We do need to take the bushings out of the control arms, but otherwise, I think we're ready for powder, which is super exciting. Walking around is just a mess of truck parts, but we're gonna sell a good amount of them and then keep the ones that we really need. I will say, for anyone that wants to have rock lights in your wheel wells, but when you get new ones, you can see right here, I have 2 brand new ones, that these aren't left. So after seeing all of this work, it makes me very glad that we are gonna be ripping it all out, starting fresh, and making this truck brighter than ever. Now, while we're still deciding if we want to paint or powder the rear axle, I can for sure say it is not going to be this rusty brown color. Now, tomorrow we're going to finish removing the diff drop along with taking out the torsion bars, and then we can finally begin prepping the frame for paint. Sure if I mentioned this before, but we're going an early 2000s vibe with the truck. So when I found this part on Facebook Marketplace for a deal, I couldn't pass it up. So of course we're heading there right now to get it. Here it is. We found a Lund visor on Marketplace that we had to get. Now we're gonna sand it down, of course, before we slap it on and rewrap it, but it's in actually really good condition. And Joey was telling me that finding one with this is actually really hard. So very glad I have that. Now, I don't know if I've said this yet, but we are gonna be redoing all of the rock lights, wheel lights, every sort of wiring in here. If I can get under. This just showcases just some of the stuff I don't want to have for the truck, you know. It was not done the best, and I, of course, did some of this. I had paid others to do some of it. But, you know, Joey's way better at that stuff. And so we're definitely going to be making sure that's all changed. This seems to be how we're spending our evenings. I'm working on my truck, Joey's over there working on his truck. It's a pretty good life. And this is a great example of what not to do. Now, because I didn't know literally where any of these went, I didn't really mess with it that much, which I know is really dangerous, should not be like this at all. But since we're getting rid of everything in terms of lighting on this truck, we can rip it all out, we can start fresh, and I know for a fact it'll be a lot better than this. And like, this is just disgusting, and I'm lucky that I'm not one of those people that go viral on TikTok for their truck blowing up. While we've been taking out the radiator core support, because we're gonna be sending this to powder, we have realized that my radiator is in desperate need of replacing, which I definitely can do. You can see parts are starting to fall out right there. And then on the other side, got ourselves a big old crack. Everything is officially out for powder coating now, except for a couple parts that we forgot. The next video will showcase more of the exciting...
No, you're monotone. The next video is going to showcase more of the exciting part.
Okay. The next time we film a video of the red truck, we'll be putting it all back together, and we'll finally be able to show you guys all of the colors that we picked. Stop! I was trying to take it. Now I'm awkward this person.